Well, y'all, this is part two of the AEW Fight for the Fallen. And Dynamite got cut off again, just like Monday Night Raw did, but it's all good. We're gonna continue. We was at Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks. It's a good match. They was fighting all over the place. Um, it was just so it was cool to watch. It really was. I mean, Jungle Boy is really talented. The Young Bucks just flying all over the place and everything. And like I said, Kenny Omega, he has energy for days, man. Like this man could go, he could probably wrestle for like 10 hours and still, and like it's when he do this, and then he just get that crazy look, and he just done. But Marco Stunt almost pinned Kenny Omega because he rolled him up and Omega got out of that, and then he did that knee strike, and then he did that suplex, and he got the then after they did this big power bomb on Marco Stunt, and that was it. I was like, he was taking him. He wasn't taking him seriously. It's just like JR said, man, you gotta take your opponent seriously. I'm like, yeah, because shoot, upsets can happen. It really can. Upsets can happen. Anything, sports, everywhere. Upsets can happen. So it was a good match. Um, next we had an interview with Nyla Rose. So first she was saying, she not going to tell who's her manager, and then she said the manager going to speak for herself. So when on the screen it said Cougar, I'm like, who is this? And then there goes Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me, excuse me. I said, oh Lord, Vicky Guerrero. Oh my goodness, I ain't seen Vicky Guerrero in a long time. That would be so annoying. Excuse me, excuse me. I was like, oh, there goes Vicky Guerrero. And she said she's not gonna reveal her game plan. So I was like, that's good. But I think Vicky is really good for really good for them. Then Sheeta had an interview saying she's ready to face anybody, and it went to commercial. I was like, Dad, her interview should have been a little bit longer, but that's just how it was. But still a great show. Still a great show. Next we had the Nightmare Sisters versus these local competitors. So Nightmare Sisters was Brandy and Alan. So I was just like, okay. So it was a very cool match. I was just like Nightmare Sisters. Like, okay. I'm sorry, Brandy Rose and Alan Rose. Sorry. The Rose Nightmare Sisters. But they are a good tag team. Brandy Rose is a really good athlete. She was doing super kicks, suplexes, spears. I'm like, damn, man, she could be bad. I was just sitting there like, man, she can be Bailey too. Shoot. That's what I was saying. I was like, all right, this was a good match though. So they got the victory, and I was like, okay, they are a really good tag team. They really are. So comes the main event: John Moxley versus Brian Cage. The match I was just waiting for weeks and weeks. So I was like, here we go. So I like to say that Brian Cage is a good wrestler. They say he was working out all the time, and while Moxley was home. But I was just like, man, look, don't sleep on Moxley. This John Moxley, man, his style is very different. So it was a really good match. Moxley, he did a drop kick off the top rope. And Jericho was like, whoa, I ain't never seen Moxley do that. I was like, I ain't never seen him do that either. But Moxley, he started working on his bicep. And that was kind of like the turning point of the whole match. I mean, he just kept working on it and working on it. And he wouldn't stop. And then he was doing these elbows to his face and all these submissions. And I mean, he was breaking them down. He really was. But Brian Cage had some good moves though. He did this big old power slam, got a 2 count. He was doing this torture rack as they did the picture-to-picture commercial break. So he was dominating for a little while. But then Moxley came back and he finally got this submission on him. And he had one arm all like this, bent back. I'm like, man, he gonna pull that arm out. Like he know what he doing. And when it was pulled back like that, you could see the bone just like, oh my goodness. Like that's this Moxley, man. Whew. Moxley, I think Moxley was just too much for him, man. I think he was. So Moxley got the victory because Taz threw in the towel. So you throw in the towel, that means you giving up. So Moxley got the victory. My boy Moxley, still the AEW champ. I was like, yes. So this was a good pay-per-view. And then after the match, the whole screen went black. I was like, okay, what's going on now? Screen come back on. See Darby Allin on that top rope with a skateboard flying at Brian Cage. I was like, whoa, okay. So I guess he still wants some retribution for for what he did to him in that casino ladder match, which was a good match by the way too. Yep, it was good. But I like to say this was a great pay-per-view. And what Jericho and Jim Ross said at the end was so funny. Jericho was like, I'm covered in orange juice. And then JR was like, you stink. I said, oh my God. I was like, oh my goodness, your day is so funny. And that's the thing. Jericho is so funny. Him and Jim Ross is just, they click together. So this was a good pay per view. And just a little bonus, I was just thinking, it would be nice if Sheeta were to face Asuka, or maybe Sheeta faces Charlotte, But I would really like to see Sheeta versus Asuka because of like how their backgrounds are. I know, I think one of them is Chinese, one of them is, well, I just know they have some very good backgrounds, and I know that will be a really good match. So Sheeta versus Asuka, or Sheeta versus Charlotte Flair would be interesting too. You know, I still want to see Nyla Rose versus Nia Jax though. I would really like to see that. Just to see who will win. Like I said, great pay per view. I mean, great show. Dynamite. Giving it a 10 stars, baby. 10, baby. 10. 10. It was a good show, though. AEW Fight for the Fallen. Dynamite. And we are out. The power of T. It is the power of T. The power of T. The power of T. Woo! Woo!